just to end, we always like to give the audience an opportunity for further learning. So it can be a book, it can be a website, it can be a video. So I've chosen, and the links, obviously, I will put the links there just for our audience to click on. This one, I think, well, I'm pretty sure you'll have to buy this or borrow it. It's called The Holocaust in Hungary, Evolution of a Genocide. This is a book that I used a lot when I was making our resource package. So the authors, you might have to, I know that you know these authors, you might have to help me a bit on the pronunciation, Eva. And on the screen now, there'll be, when I edit it, there'll be a picture for our
It's
audience, what
Kádár
it looks
Gábor
like.
and Vági Zoltán, right?
Yeah. And Laszlo Kuzoz. How do you say
Alaslo.
that?
No, that's a different one.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, this is an incredible book, and it's been published in concert with with USHMM. What I loved about this is the amount of primary source documents that are in it, and the way that it's presented. It's really, really meticulously researched, and obviously all of it has been professionally translated into English. But it's they quote the documents at length as well. It's not just snippets. So it's I think it's if I could only have one book on the Holocaust in Hungary, it would be this, because of the amount of primary source documents that are in it, and the amount of work that's gone into compiling all these. And it's not just primary source documents, it's also really, really brilliantly written, and not too academic as well. It's an astonishing book, and I would recommend anybody to read this that's interested in human beings, the human condition, human rights, the Holocaust, anyone. Another book this is an article that's available for free, and I had to have something from Randall L. Bramham because of the contribution that he's made to the knowledge of the Holocaust in Hungary. This is Hungary and the Holocaust: Confrontation with the Past. Now, in this article, which is again based on, I think it's based on a conference done with USHMM, the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum. This talks about the Hungarian state and collaboration, but really interesting, the issue of memory and memorialization and the history policy in Hungary, and the Hungarian government's attempt to distort and deny the Hungarian role in the Holocaust as well. So, and that's not very long. I think that's about 30 pages. But I think another time I'd like to talk to you just about memorialization of the Holocaust in Hungary, and this would be a great essay for someone to read who's interested in his history and memory, but also the Holocaust in Hungary. So did you have, I know you've already mentioned one thing, did you have any other examples for further
I have one more
learning?
thing, which is also accessible on the internet for free of charge. It's an article by Attila Novák, Novak, who is the only historian up until now in Hungary who dealt with the subject of the Hungarian Zionist resistance. He wrote this article in 2007, and it's called Resistance or Saving One's Skin: Notes to the Problem of the 1944's Hungarian Zionist Resistance. This is the article, and it's written by Attila Novák. And it's after our talk, I think it's a very interesting read, because he doesn't really agree with us on the importance of not keeping the memory, but the dilemma about history and the urban legend.
Okay, yeah. So there's another podcast we need to make now, don't we? We need to read the last recommendation of mine, and I think we need to make another one because that sounds really interesting.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
just to finish,
I'm down for it.
just to finish. So two things. We need at least 60,000 euros to make this computer game. So somebody get in touch with this money. Just give us the money, and then we're going to try and speak to David Gur, right, and put some questions to him.
Yes, we have to. He asked us to write him a list of questions he's gonna answer, and then we can read that in English here.
Excellent. So will you go there, and perhaps we can do one of these talks with you and him in the same place? Is that the plan?
We can do that, but that's gonna be like translated. It's not the best idea. He said that he can be more like thorough and quick. It would be quicker if he gave the talk in writing.
Okay. And if anyone's listening to this. If anyone's listening to this podcast and they have a burning question for David Gur, just put it into the comments section, and we'll try and get it to him if it's a good question.
That would be great. And then we ask that from him as well. And then in the next podcast episode, then we're gonna read his answer in English.
Okay, Eva, it's been a pleasure. I've learned loads about you and the subject just through our talk, and I look forward to these future podcasts.
I learned a lot, and I thank you so much, Jonny. You're amazing that you're doing this podcast, and thank you for the honor that I could be here.